Nama Om Vishnu Padya Krishna Presai Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachara Nari Visesa Sanyavadi Pasatya Desatya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare. His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaja 𝐾𝐸𝐬𝐬. Yesterday we were speaking about something about Gurudev, compassion. He gave a commentary on Srila Bhakti Tirtha Swami Thakura's 64 principles for community. This is it's a 40 copy. What is it? It's a book. The book is written by, is composed by His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj translated from Bengali to English. And His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, he gave the commentary on the book. Very, very sweet. Very sweet. 64 principles for community. It's one of the reflections. I had so many reflections. This is one of them. Very nice. So this book, he teaches how a devotee should have a practical life. Practical life. Like in his in every of his dealings. His compassion is very high. Very high. And those of us who knows him, we are always very careful with him, because if he look at you like this, he read you completely, everything. Just like a learned person take a book, you can read completely. I had one friend told me, she's a lady from Germany. She told me, do you know, I didn't take any session from your Gurudev. I said, what offense he did? She said, no, what offense. I was there in 𝐾𝐸𝐬𝐬 with him. I saw him. I was afraid, because you cannot hide from him. You cannot hide from him. So, and I have something to hide, so I didn't approach him. I was there, I saw him completely and everything. Which is true. You cannot hide from him. You cannot. There's nothing you can hide from him. One day, one God brother, whimsical, 𝐒𝐰𝐵. He's doing something wrong. So Gurudev called him and asked him, why are you doing this? He said, no, Gurudev, no. Devotees just tell a lie against me. I didn't do it. Gurudev started smiling. He was smiling. No, Gurudev, I didn't. Oh. He was speaking and Gurudev was laughing. He was laughing. He was denying everything and trying to cover it. So Gurudev was laughing. So in his mind, he was fully convinced that I find my way. Very smart. And what do you think like that? Smart. Because when he was speaking, Gurudev was laughing. So he thought that he has convinced him that what he's saying is truth. So after he left, Gurudev said, oh, okay. So he left. After the whole program, the devotees were going to bed. This devotee had a terrible problem. For telling lies, instead of surrendering to Guru and beg for mercy, beg for help, repenting. Yes, they talk about repenting. He was defending and thinking that he is very intelligent, very smart, and he covered himself. The devotee fell sick. Seriously was crying in the night. So some devotee went to Gurudev to wake him. Gurudev was already resting. They woke him. Gurudev, this problem. We have to wake you. What is the problem? So they called the name. Devotee is a problem. You see, serious problem is he may die. Gurudev also smiled as he smiled with him. So he smiled and told the devotee, don't mind him, go and sleep. He's about to die. Gurudev said, go and sleep, don't mind him. Because he thinks he's very smart, he can tell lie and be free. Because he thinks the spiritual master is not that person, so let him enjoy his smartness. That's his smartness. The devotee cried the whole night. So the next morning, Gurudev was speaking about how we should be careful dealing with the spiritual master, because the spiritual master is representing Krishna. Cannot be an ordinary person. Representing Krishna. A representative may not be powerful, but the people whom he is representing are not ordinary. So we have to respect that. If you don't know this, you will suffer. You say, like this devotee is suffer. Suffered in pain the whole night. So he has to come and apologize and beg for forgiveness. So Gurudev is so humble that many people don't understand. Because a boss might be an arrogant person, very shouting everybody, terrorize everybody. That's a boss. Everybody, yes. But pure devotee does not do like that. They have a different nature. They deal with everyone with compassion. Another God brother, He was our head pujari at that time. At the time, he was a head pujari. So he mismanaged the collection he made for debt maintenance. And Gurudev removed him from the service. He transferred him to a different place, a different temple. So this god brother, he went back to Gurudev and said, "You know, Gurudev, since I'm so contaminated," Gurudev gave him a different service, a temple president in a different country. But he refused to go there. Gurudev, so I'm so contaminated. Please, let me go to India so I can get purified. Gurudev knows that you need purification. So he gave you a service. If you do that service, that is where we get our purification. But he is suggesting to Guru, Gurudev, you know I'm so contaminated. I have acted sinfully. So please let me go to India. India, I will get purified. You say, oh, take my blessing. Take my blessing. You smile. It's always like that. Smile. So the devotee came out, he was boasting. Guru gave me blessing to go to India. And when he said that, I was alarmed. I said, Prabhu, you have made a big mistake. Gurudev asks you to go and do service here. That is where you will get your purification. But now you are dictating for Guru to go to India. Guru didn't know this India. He didn't ask you to go to India. He gave you a different service. If you have followed that, that is where you get your purification. But now you are dictating, and because he knows that you're offensive, if he said no, you're going to be offensive. So he said, yeah, yes, you can go. But that is not a blessing. I tried my best to help the devotee. He was angry with me. You rascal. I said, okay, Prabhu, I'm sorry. A neophyte, third class, second class disciples should not interpret Guru's order. Should follow it as it is. Even if you think you know better, just follow it. Dictating and deciding what is best for you to Guru is very dangerous. Because the Guru already knows if I say no to him, he will make more offenses. So because of that, oh, take my blessings. You can go. So he laughs. Guru bless me. I told him, Prabhu, this is not a blessing. He was also angry with me, which he would have done to Gurudev. But Gurudev knows, so he didn't do that to reduce his offenses. So Gurudev said, oh, no. But it's risky, very dangerous. He came to India. He came to India. Spent some time. And after some time, he went back to Nigeria. He stayed for only 2 weeks. He left the movement till now. So is that blessing? We should be careful how we relate with the spiritual master, especially personality like Gurudev. He is very, very high. Very, very high. Very high, and at the same time, very humble. Very humble. This we saw directly. the devotee left the movement. So I was having desire also to leave Nigeria. I wanted to come to India also. So one day, Gurudev, because I was serving him, go around to do check for something. So after I finished the assignment, I came to him. He was reading. So he stopped. And I sat down. So he stopped and looked at me, and he called the name of this devotee. Where is this devotee? I said, Gurudev, he went to India and he came back and he left the movement. He paused, he didn't say anything, he kept quiet. So I was sitting there. He was reading. After a few minutes, he looked back to me. He called another devotee's name. What is this devotee? That one also, he left the movement. He called the two devotees' name. And I told him they have left. He didn't talk to me. He was reading. I was sitting there and looking at him. He's not looking at me, he's reading, but I was looking at him. Because I know who he is. He has something in mind by asking me that. He read what is my mind. So he started talking. He was not speaking physically. He started talking. If you don't follow me, you are going to be like these two devotees. They acted on their own. What are they? You also want to leave me and go? Yes, you will think it is good for you, but you are not going to last. You will end up like these two devotees. This, he was not talking. From the heart he was speaking, and I can hear it very clearly. After talking, then he looked back to me and smiled. So I offer obeisance. I offer obeisance to him. I say, Gurudev, I will not. I got the message. I will not leave. Because I don't have another place to go, so I will stay. That is his learning about Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj. He's direct, very clear. He's clear on what he's doing. He's very, very clear. You will never meet him at any time that he's never. He's thinking what to do, or is sad, or depressed, like they were asking if a pure devotee can be depressed. Never. He said, when you go to him with depression, you are going to leave him with happiness. He must leave you in that state. That all the mood you came with, you become transformed in his presence. Particularly, I used to be amazed at his intelligence. Amazed how, when you think the world is closing down now, the world is ending now on your head, and you go to him in 5 minutes, the world is opened. The world closed, everything which is closed is open, completely open, free, open. And you'll be happy. Be happy. Not only me having this experience. There is one very, very popular musician. He's famous. His father is a very big politician. So he had the interaction with Gurudev. We have program with him, television program with him, interview and things. So after Gurudev traveled, so we went to visit him to get the recordings. So he said the same thing. Your spiritual master, I don't know how to describe him. Something which is so difficult, when you meet him, you make it so simple. That's exactly what I mean about. Make it so simple, and you'll be surprised. Why you don't know this simple thing? Don't know it is because you know, that is why it's simple. For it is not simple because you don't know it. But you will make it so simple that immediately you can identify with. Oh, I feel very happy. So we were very, very, very confident in his leadership. Very confident. The way he protected us on so many things. So many. Physical protection is there. The moment the devotee is sick, I had a hernia for a long time. I didn't know. When it was small, I went to a doctor. The doctor said, "Oh, no, it's not worry about it. You're nothing serious." But it was swollen. So because of that, I took it that okay, nothing, but it was giving me hell. So foolish. I didn't go back to say that. See, it is expanding, and expanding means it will blast any day, and that you are finished. You also leave the body if it bursts. I was so foolish. I didn't go back. So much pain for some time, for hours. I would be on the floor, screaming. For years, I suffered like that. So when the God brother saw, he noticed that here it was swollen. You can see my daughter is. So let me tell you everything. It was his wife. It was the wife who saw. I went and told his wife. The husband. She went and told the husband. Prabhu's daughter is swollen. Maybe he need a wife. Go and ask him. So the husband came to me. And I said, my wife said that it's so, yeah, daughter is swollen. Then I showed him. I said, oh, I smiled. I was laughing. I said, Prabhu, it's not the genital. I said, this is high. I have something here, but I don't know what it is. It is giving me hell. So immediately he wrote to Gurudev. So Gurudev, he wrote me back. I'm not giving you a suggestion. This is an advice. Go to the hospital now and check what it is. So immediately I went to the hospital. When I went to the two hospitals, this is hernia. And the Gurudev, so go check the best place I will pay. I will go to pay for this to go. I was so touched by. I didn't allow him to pay. He allowed him to pay first. So other friends paid for it. But he was very concerned about it. He's concerned about the welfare, well-being of all devotees. So concerned, caring. It's not because of him I would have carried that thing and then one day it will just blast. Because it was really, a big ball. Very painful. So Gurudev took interest how to take care of devotees. He speaks about it, devotees care. He was talking about it, devotee care. When he's started talking about it, I was remembering. He was very concerned about devotees care. But nobody understands the meaning of devotee care. Now, at least, this one is trying to talk about it. But this is one thing Gurudev knows. He has a very foresight. He has vision. He planned the future. He knows the future. And he planned everything. Like he's talking about the community. He did plan so many communities. West Africa. We saw. Every day he speaks about self-sufficient community. Self-sufficient community. Not just talking. He established. That is why we want to do this ISKCON Surabi Farm project as appreciation for what he did, as an offering to him, that what he desired now is happening, because we didn't allow him to do them those days. He tried his best, but we didn't allow him to do. I'm serious that we didn't allow him to do. So I feel that we should do something to make him happy. What he wanted to do, we didn't allow him. Because he didn't succeed there, he went to Nigeria, he didn't to Ghana, he didn't succeed. Then he went to Gita Nagari. It's after he didn't succeed that he went to Gita Nagari, he succeeded. So what he wanted to do in Africa is what he did in America, in Gita Nagari. So he didn't stop. Nothing stopped him from what he wants to do. Nothing stopped him. Difficulties, all challenges is a welcome idea for him. He feels very happy when there is challenges. It's amazing. How do you feel when you get challenges? Oh, why these people are doing like this? I want to do something. Why this people are disturbing me? But for him, he's happy. He's happy. When they get challenges, they feel happy. So we want to offer this project to you. It's an offering. It's an offering. All of you should support to make it a reality. It's an offering to Gurudev. So you should be happy to see that it is working. Devotees can have a place they can peacefully live and practice Krishna consciousness and encourage people to come to Krishna consciousness by that. Many people will not take to the philosophy directly. And he was doing the bridge preaching. He has an institute for applied spiritual technology. You never heard this word before. Spiritual technology. What is technology? We learn all this word from him, spiritual technology. He had the institute. The institute is still there. He made so many devotees from there. So bridge preaching is powerful. He's very innovative. He can create. So many things he created to establish Krishna consciousness. So if we have a community where we produce everything we need ourselves, it will not only help the devotees, it will also uplift the face of the movement. All over the world, the people are accustomed to social things, social facilities, all over. In fact, people think that religious people are known for social welfare. See, you have a community where we produce everything, and people can easily get things. They will take to Krishna consciousness without preaching to them. That itself is preaching. It is preaching. So Gurudev knows this thing. So he preached and established. But we didn't handle it properly. So he went to Gitanagiri and he succeeded. He succeeded to establish a very nice community, which is functioning too. In Gitanagiri, what they produce is not sufficient. Their milk is not sufficient, their curd is not possible. Everything, what the dairy product they produce is not sufficient. People just finish it. Not enough. Any quantity they make is not enough. Never enough every day. It's in high demand. So it is helping people to get connected with Krishna somehow or other, which is the proper mood. Proper engage people in life membership. People are not going to come and chant the Hare Krishna regularly with you in the temple. So they get somehow or other connected with the movement. So Gurudev is a spiritual revolutionary. He's a revolutionary. Very practical in his dealings. I want to see the devotees are very, very happy. And they are fully protected and cared for. When Gurudev is giving lecture, very, very serious. In West Africa, he's giving class, no movement. You don't move and then come and go. It's people coming, but you are sitting there, you sit. Orderly. So you can connect with the audience. You can connect. When they're speaking. Some devotees sit in the asana. Damodara. They're speaking close eye, they sing close eye. People will sleep in your class. Simple psychology, how to connect with people, to keep people awake. They're very serious about that. So everybody knows. He's speaking, but be careful. So one day, a god sister was cooking. The husband is a temple commander, and she needed something. So when she came down and to call the husband, but he's in the class, and she knew that Gurudev doesn't want any distraction. So when he came to the door and peeped inside, she went back out of, I don't want to, but Gurudev already knows, so he stopped and called the husband. The wife need you, go. So he left. How will she feel? Relieved. So attentive, so careful. He identified with everything on the environment. Very attentive. So he stopped the class and sent the husband out to go and attend to the wife. After he left, then he continued. He continued. And one brother was sitting there in the class. In his mind, he was thinking So Gurudev told him, he called it, you are so faithless. You are thinking that you are older than the spiritual master. Right there, he said, you have no faith. Your problem is you have no faith in Krishna. You are so faith. Directly, just give it to him. So everybody, all of us who knows him, will know him. When you meet him, we are careful. What he's going to give to you as a package. He will give you. He will give it to you, and he will give it to you in a way you never forget it. You will never forget it. Tell you directly. So when I would deal with him, I'm very careful. Very careful. Because he will show you. He will show you what you are, what you're doing, everything. Although he is very, very careful, not distraction, but he's very attentive and he's responsible for everything. He is with us. He's our special master. He's our senior for everything. If he's leaving temple here for anywhere, he must tell. He must tell, I'm going to a place. If you go there, you see him there. You never see him. He tells you, I'm going to Loi Bazaar and he's in the Radha Damodara temple. Never. Wherever he tells you, he's there. If you go there, you see him there. Because if some visitor has come, someone has come to see him and there's a need to see him there, because he already told us, I'm going to such and such place to go and write. So we will go there and he's there. Or such and such person is waiting for you in the temple. Then he come back. Don't attend to him. He's very careful with the devotee's welfare. He knows the future of every devotee. And he guided us like that. Because he knows the future. He guided all of us like that. In my life, I have a strong desire. The only thing that was keeping me in my childhood is music. So when I came to him, I did. And then he has traveled that time. I did my record. So when he came, I gave it to him. He was playing for 3 days. He invited one powerful musician who is a member. He gave him to play. So he also got his own opinion. This is very heavy. This is heavy reggae music. Heavy. So 3 days after, then Gurudev called me. When I went there, he was reading Nectar of Devotion. He already prepared himself. He knows how to catch you in a way you can never escape. So when I got there, he gave me the book to read. So I was reading, he said he was hearing. I read to some point, just like what you are doing, mixed devotional service. Hey, a blast on my face. It's mixed devotional service. None of our acharyas did this. Why are you doing this? So, you should stop now. Stop. He already marked. where I will start reading to the point where he will start to talk. So I was reading, and as soon as I got to that point, he said, yes, just like what you are doing. You are doing mixed devotional service. We need pure devotional service to go back to Godhead, not mixed. Give up mixed devotional service. Mixed devotional service cannot take you back to Godhead. Pure devotional service can take you back to Godhead. Give it up. You should stop now. It's okay. Good. I stop. Although he said this, like I said before, and he started talking again, the message was coming. If you continue, yes, you'll make big money for the movement. You make also big, you get a big fame, yes, but you will not last. So, because I want to last fast, I follow that. So I stop playing music. He knows the future. He can see the future. Therefore, he can tell. How will I forget such a person? We are a fool. I don't know anything, but someone knows our future and he can tell you what is going to happen to you if you do this. You're not going to lead you to success. If you do this, you're going to be successful. So why you not follow? And he gave me the last time I spoke with him on the phone. So me preach Christian consciousness. If you preach, you'll be successful. Preach. You should protect devotees and try to be humble. There's three things you really need to do. The last instruction he gave. I'm seeing the result. The little I'm trying to follow that, I'm seeing the result. The result is feasible, it's tangible. The result is there. So we cannot forget the protection he gave to us. Cannot forget. Simple instruction, but heavy message. We are very safe and satisfied with his leadership. He gave us complete shelter. And he's always present with us. Always present with us. So we are eternally indebted. And will always remain begging for shelter at the Lord's feet. That will be able to represent him nicely. He's surrendered Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaja ki jai.